Ha ha ha.
Ha ha, he's synced and he's ready to link.
I'm here to build with you today. My freak, my friend, my co-host, Eric.
Wait, call me
My
your
fresh
freak.
fellow. Yeah,
Fresh fellows only on this podcast.
yeah, we gatekeep at the door.
Absolutely. If you're not wearing a utility belt or a reflective vest, you're denied entry at this Subway franchise.
Mm-hmm. But right before Eric and I jumped on this call with you, the breadhead, we were discussing whether or not dress codes are appropriate anywhere. And I think where we landed on was that a dress code is a great idea. It's just executed the wrong way. There's only one type of dress code, which is you need to be more formal. But I really think that we should redefine what a dress code is. It could be more of anything or less of anything, right?
Like, or if you just look whack, like if like not on point, like if you're not working with like a discernible palette,
Mm-hmm.
then I think that's grounds to at least stop and frisk.
Yeah. If your wardrobe dips into neons or a few unconventional checks and patterns, then
hmm
I feel like that's a reason to pull you over. And honestly, maybe even a jailable offense.
It's kind of like when you get pulled, you drive in a nice car and you get pulled over because the cop just wanted to see the nice car. It's kind of like that.
Yeah. I just
Like the cop just wanted to talk to the owner of this LaFerrari. It had nothing to do with my Acme Studios leather jacket.
Well, that's the thing is as I was talking about to you earlier, Eric, if Demna gets rejected from a Parisian restaurant because he's dripping head to toe in Balenciaga, but that doesn't fit the stereotypical Parisian definition of well dressed, then what's a
hmm
guy gonna do? I think we need to redefine dress code.
hmm
Subway could have a dress code, and I think it would be a vest and a tool belt because they want
hmm
people that are construction minded walking in there so that they don't have any bad sandwiches. A bad sandwich is bad for Subway's reputation.
hmm The problem is, Ty, you have these gatekeepers, who are supposedly working in fashion, who are not fashion people, right? Like you have regular GMs who are saying you can't wear, those New Balance Aimé Leon Dore sneakers in here. You have to wear Prada loafers or something similar. But it's kind of the same case at Subway, am I right? Like you have non-sandwich people making sandwiches for us. And so what do you really expect to happen?
That's true. This is the challenge with the sheer size of Subway at this point as a franchise is that not everyone that works there can be an expert. They have to hire a few newbies.
hmm
It's
Exactly.
just there's just not that many sandwich experts on Earth. I'd imagine the sandwich expert circle is actually quite small, quite
hmm
intimate.
Imagine asking like a cracked out restaurant manager to, you know, tell the guests what to wear. Like it's just like you're asking for a bit too much, Ty. We, on the
Mm,
other hand, I think we are well equipped to gatekeep anyone at Subway, really.
yeah, absolutely. The culinary influence does a lot for one's ego.
hmm
Ah,
Absolutely,
yeah,
Ty.
but I
If
think
you
I don't.
are, say, you were going to pull up to a Subway in Paris, you and
Mhm,
Demna, just going out for a nice little quick brunch.
mhm.
What are you wearing to the local Louis?
Well, that's a great question, Eric. I think my outfit needs to both impress Demna and also be practical for your like typical Subway visit. So let's get the practicality out of the way first. I need
Easy.
no light colors. That's a good one because that hits on both accounts. Demna doesn't want to see no like baby blues or gentle pink tones. No. But also that stuff's gonna get stained like crazy. Like you're gonna
hmm
have drip down the sleeve,
I totally
drip
agree.
on your drip. So there we go. We ruled out light colors. So we're sticking to the darker tones, right?
hmm
Now I'm thinking layering is really important as well because the founder of Balenciaga needs That's their whole thing, right? They got all sorts of layers. But also, if you eat too spicy of a banana pepper or too cold of a veggie patty, then you want to make sure you can temperature control your body while you're eating.
Hmm. Yeah, I think these are all really good points, Ty. Like, I personally think boots, the rubber croc boots, would be fantastic for a subway.
Hmm.
Because one is it's a non-marking sole, but also it's got quite good grip on the greasy tiles found in there.
Right.
And
And
also you got protection all the way up to the knees in case sandwich artist drops a pickle, it won't
mhm.
splatter onto your ankles.
You also though want a social signal to the other patrons that you're not a threat to them. And I think those boots help align like your values as a fashion icon with the regular blue collar worker there. They see you and you're not a threat, but also you social signal to them that you know what's going on. So you once
Hmm.
again like meet the needs of both parties.
I mean, I love to think that I live my life with that tension in mind.
Hmm.
Like everything I purchase has a utility, as well as an emotional side to it. That's,
That's beautiful.
the only reason why we put ourselves at risk when we go to Subway, because we want to feel something. Am I right?
Every time, Eric, I just want to feel alive.
Hmm.
Maybe I will
Um,
come to life.
Speaking of not coming to life, did you hear about Drake putting hot sauce in his condoms?
Is that what's going on there? I keep seeing these memes, and I thought maybe he had a hot sauce brand. So, what's he doing
Uh,
that for? To spice it up?
as much as Drake might need to spice up his love life, I don't think, that's a safe way to do it. But you know, I think Drake is just practicing safe sex, and safe sex at that level, I think looks like doing anything at all costs to anything and everything, Ty, to prevent your partner from taking your nut and birthing a child.
Mm. So, is that the intention? Is to what would be like destroy the semen in the condom because you're just because of the jalapeno, the juices of the serrano pepper, right?
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think there's like two possible outcomes here. One, Dr. Aubrey is using habanero sauce to
Mm-hmm.
as a spermicide,
Mm-hmm.
to eliminate, the small little Adonises in there.
No more Adonises. He
No
doesn't
more.
want
He's had
another one.
enough. No more blue eyes white babies. Um, but he, so that's one option. Another
Mm.
one is, he's potentially adding the hot sauce to his condoms post nut, just so that the woman doesn't grab the condom from the bathroom or the garbage and puts it in her,
Damn.
because then that's like a little booby trap.
Drake's reached a whole new level of paranoia, eh?
I don't know. Maybe it's warranted. We don't know what that life is like, bro.
That's a good point. I mean, I do know that the sauce always comes last.
Exactly. You take the foot long down first,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
then you dress it up at the end with some hot sauce.
Dress it up,
Um,
yeah.
it's kind of like the last bite, you know. You could have my sharp heart, but we can share it like the last slice. Like I might eat the whole foot long, but then the last bite, I'm dipping it in the sauce that's on the
I'm
paper. You
telling
know
you,
what I mean?
yeah, the last slice, the last bite is always the sauciest, and this is no exception. Wow, I didn't realize that was what the memes were about. Do you know what hot sauce brand what is the most spermicidal of the hot sauce brands?
Oh, I don't know. I think we gotta consult, Hot Ones founder. What's his name?
I don't remember.
Like Josh or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we gotta talk
But
to Josh.
we gotta ask Josh. We gotta and make sure we know what
Sean, it's
Scoville.
Sean Evans.
Sean. See how close Josh is actually to Sean.
They're literally
Um,
the same name.
they're interchangeable if you ask me.
They honestly
Sean
are.
John. Yo, come on, Sean John
Sean,
is literally a
Josh.
brand.
Hmm.
But listen, so we gotta ask him what Scoville units we're working with here because we gotta make sure that when we, dump the hot sauce inside the Magnum, that
Hmm.
it's got enough heat. Is heat.
Yeah, it both puts the heat on and takes the heat off. That's a beautiful dichotomy. Uh, I like
Absolutely.
the, I also like the poetry of Drake adding a little bit of ghost pepper to his condom before he ghosts the girl.
Absolutely. He's ghosting the girl, he's ghosting his kids. Um, it's like you are hiding a child, sir.
Yeah,
Um,
that's not pushing P, says
stop
Pusha
pushing.
P.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Wow. Drake is not pushing Parenthood whatsoever.
No way.
But you know what? It's got me wondering if he's going with Tabasco purely because it's, readily available in those small little bottles, like
Hmm.
at Joe Forte's, like you get the little small Tabasco.
Right. So he's got a little bit of pocket Tabasco always on him for emergencies.
Exactly. Maybe on his like weekly visit to Jose Fuertes, he just takes like 8 bottles of Tabasco with him home.
Wow. I like that idea. I feel like if he spends like has one too many drinks at the club though, he's gonna start putting Tabasco on his hands instead of his Aesop rinse-free hand wash.
He's gonna burn off the germs.
Either works. I'm not saying one's better than the other.
hmm
Just
But
that's what happens after a few too many bottles of Virginia Black. Am I right?
yeah, but I say, it's option two, and it's actually to prevent the woman from, taking the used condom and, draining it inside of her. Say the woman is actually caught red-handed, right? Pun intended, and she is, you know, she burns herself with it. Is that enough to
Right.
sue Drake?
It's self-inflicted though.
That's true.
Like you should understand the substance that you put into your own body. It's like, could I sue Subway if I make a bad sandwich and it makes me sick? It's the same thing. It's like, no, I can't. I made a bad sandwich. If anything, Subway gets to sue me.
Yeah, you're tarnishing the brand by making some bullshit over here.
Exactly.
Yeah. Um, if if the young woman in this scenario had to use a Subway sauce, or if, I guess Drake had to use a Subway sauce to eliminate the possibility of fathering another child, what sauce do you think Drake would opt for, knowing his palate?
Hmm. Well, I don't think Drake likes too much, like too many flavors. I feel like he's like a
hmm
soft on the palate kind of guy. He'll go for like a rosé over a red or white.
Drake is a rose kind of guy.
He's a rosé kind of guy. So I'm gonna say he's gonna go with the like honey mustard, maybe. It's not too
Mm,
much of any one flavor.
He's going for the honey mustard. He's scaring the women away with just the taste of it.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
won't want that anywhere near her.
Yeah, also give it a nice yellow tint.
But you know what, like really rubs me the wrong way about this like whole story is like
There's so many
taking
things. There's
the,
so many
the
reasons.
one thing though, Ty, the only thing is the fact that somebody would feel like they're allowed to take someone else's property and just like have it. Like that's like you eating 99% of your sandwich and then I just like grab the last bite off of your paper and eat it while you're in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How
You're
do we
right.
feel
It
about that?
it is like a violation of something for sure. uh well, when you're done with it, you're done with it. If it goes in the trash, you are I guess like abandoning it, right?
I mean, you're gonna abandon it either sooner rather than later, I guess. Like, yeah, you're gonna abandon it at some point. So,
Yeah,
you might as well flush it.
I think that's the move is like try to get it away from all other parties because like if you simply drank to trash bin, then it's out of your hands now. You denounced it. It's a free object, like a Malm dresser sitting on the side of the road.
hmm Exactly. why can't like Tristan Thompson like adopt this strategy? Like why can't
Hmm.
he carry around some hot sauce with him and solve this? Um, you know, he wouldn't be down 75 racks.
Yeah, I don't know,
That's an
man.
expensive sauce.
I'm a little worried about this because I feel like this is going to be a new trend with Sigma males just
Yeah.
carrying around Tabasco because Drake did it.
hmm I did carry home a nice little bottle of habanero sauce from Mexico that I purchased at the duty free, and I can't think of a better use case for that green sauce.
uh,
Oh,
wow,
wow.
man.
I'm gonna start
Speaking,
filling up the magnums with that.
man, Eric. Segue. Speaking of green sauce, I was,
Oh yes, let's go.
yeah. So I was just in my kitchen and I was about to make some guacamole, right?
hmm
But I was out of cilantro, so I had to make this like gin and tonic that you can probably hear me drinking. But
Oh yeah,
I
dude.
uh I was really excited because I was gonna make this and then share it with you on the pod. But it wasn't any type of guacamole. As you know, I don't support the avocado cartels, right? So how does one live without guacamole? Well, I found this
hmm
recipe from Blue Check Restaurant Malibu Farm that makes brocamole.
God damn it, dude! I fucking hate you so much.
Hell yeah, you do. I knew you'd say that. I knew that would be your response.
Yeah, I literally fucking hate you. Like, how did you manage to take like the most white girl food of all time, avocados, and like make it even more white girl?
Yeah, this is the fusion food of like a country that has no culinary history. We fused it with itself.
No culinary history, no soul, not a single Nona in this country.
There's no nonas here. No, no.
No, no.
Yeah. So I was gonna blanch the broccoli and then blend
Fuck
it up
off.
with your typical
Fuck
guacamole
off.
ingredients. And it is kind of the same color, a slightly more like chunky texture. Really, the texture is whatever you want it to be. So, would you ever try this if I made you some?
I mean, I can't say no, Ty. I have to try it. You're
Yeah,
you're
well,
you're
you
Ty from Think Fresh Podcast. We have to know what it tastes like.
we gotta know. Well, I
hmm
would share it with you. You put the bro in bro clamoli, after all.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, well you put the the avocado in I avocado don't want to do it.
I don't avocado don't want to be involved.
Oh boy.
Damn. Yeah, but yeah, I would split that with you when they whip up a batch.
hmm Yeah, dude. Definitely send me some in the mail.
Dude, I think Canada Post or UPS is gonna flag that as a foreign substance.
Yeah, much like my footlong coming into Mexico, it's gonna be seized by the federales. They're gonna, lock it down and,
Hmm.
destroy it somewhere in an incinerator.
Yeah, they need to incinerate it because if they just throw it in the trash, it's fair game. Anyone can eat that now.
hmm Those Mexican raccoons will hop right in there and crack the disposable biodegradable lid right open and go to
Hmm.
town.
That's the last thing the Mexican government wants.
hmm
So raccoons with taste.
Speaking of the last thing that Mexico wants, I've been receiving these like COVID tests in the mail. So like I think I told you about my testing fiasco already, Ty, on the way back from Mexico.
Right.
Just a
Just to
large
reiterate,
headache.
you had some trouble getting a test to come back to Canada, and
hmm
you decided to do the take home exam, but
hmm
the take home exam never came, so you got an automatic pass.
well, the thing is, I thought it was an open book test, but it turns out a sandwich artist at Life Labs had to watch you do it the whole time. But that's
Oh.
beside the point. Um, kind of I don't want to bore the breadheads, but basically what happened was like I couldn't like register my test kit. So crooked, the failing Life Labs, their website UI is not very good. So I actually by accident requested several new test kits. and they've been
Mm.
arriving at my door kind of one by one. Like every day a new test kit arrives. So I have a bunch of you know, funded free COVID test if you want to drop by. If you're feeling unwell, just come by and I'll give you a nasal swab to the dome.
Wow, I love that. Yeah, this is the benefit of socializing, like medical stuff, right?
Yeah, now that
It's
everyone's
just
medical history,
unlimited.
yeah, everyone's medical history is just considered small talk now. Um,
Hmm.
I'm super okay with letting you know that I have all these free tests, which are hard to come by these days, Ty.
It's true, yeah. Uh, and they're harder to cop than the latest Supreme drop. Well,
That's
thank you
right.
for sharing that, Eric. I appreciate knowing that you are a resource that I can tap if I ever feel under the weather, which I do every time I eat at the old way. So,
Hmm. Yeah, tap, tap, tap away.
mhm.
For the redheads listening, Ty's gin and tonic looks like pool water.
It's
It
not
looks like
the
the
gin and
blue Gatorade.
it's important to clarify that the gin and tonic itself, neither of those ingredients in this two ingredient beverage are blue. It is simply the glassware, the vessel in which I am consuming the gin and
Oh,
tonic has a blue tint in the glass.
mm-hmm. Black
Yeah,
Diamond
what'll
Blue Tint.
CB2 come up with next?
Wow. Now I know to avoid CB2 for
Mm,
all my glassware needs. But Ty, it does look kind of fancy. Is it the same as like when girls buy like the purple gin? Like
oh yeah,
like
they're like, watch this, and then they change the color of it.
mhm. I know. It's like wow. Is it like it's called Empress, right?
Empress is one of the many brands that does it. It's what the how they make this gin is it uses it's like butterfly gin, I think. It
Mm-hmm.
uses a tea or like an extract from a tea in it, so that when you add an acid to the gin, it causes it to change from this deep purple tone that kind of looks like the blue Gatorade to this soft pink tone that I don't know, kind of looks like the salami.
Mm. I think it's just when you water it down, Ty, like when you like got a cup of lean and it's like it's purple when you start, but then the more Sprite you add to the lean, the pinker it
Mm,
gets.
it's a
And
good
so
point.
like and so
It's
then
actually
when
exactly like lean, yeah.
so just minus the lean gut. But Ty, when you make lean, you know, it's kind of like a pussy move. The more pink it is, like
Yeah,
the
you want it
pussier it
thick
is.
and dense, right?
Yeah, you want it thick and dense, bro. You want that walkie.
You want a double meat or whatever
Oh,
the equivalent is.
mm-hmm. Um, Ty, speaking of double meat, I wanted to tell you about my dinner last night,
Okay.
which obviously got my creative juices flowing and proposed another freebie for Big Way.
The marketing committee doesn't stop here.
That's right. The marketing innovation incubator here at Think Fresh Studios is alive and well. But
Hmm.
Ty, so I went to Korean barbecue, okay, and
Cool.
like everything is like just as you would expect, but there was one moment that I thought was really fascinating and just like a moment of really good service.
Oh, really?
Um,
This is
mhm.
something you're not used to.
That no, definitely not at a Korean restaurant. Um, but we're all waiting for our food. That he just brought the food, put it down, and started cooking it for us.
Hmm.
And one of the guests that I was super spreading with was wearing all white, or I guess just a white shirt. Um, and then the waiter said, "Excuse me 1 second," and he like leaves. And he comes back with a bib, one bib, just for the guy wearing a white shirt. He's like, "For you, sir, in white," and he just like puts it on him.
Wow.
I was like, "Wow, this is so sick." I'm like, I don't even get one, but I'm like so happy. Like it's like very targeted, like just for you, sir.
No kidding. This actually is an interesting take on the dress code conversation we had at the beginning of the episode.
Hmm.
Whereas, like, my original idea was to just simply reject someone in a white shirt. What you just showed us is that they can actually turn that into a brand moment.
Absolutely, you're right. Because Subway's not about turning people away. Subway's like the, democratizing design. They're democratizing sandwiches. Um, they want you to eat there. They want everyone to eat there. So why are we turning people away? We should just be giving them, you know, give them an employee outfit or something.
Yeah, totally. A employee outfit would look
Um,
good. If you show up in like an all white look, I'm imagining like a there's like a Jerry Lorenzo kind of look. um,
mhm.
uh, I feel like
Straight from, Sunday service and you're pulling up to
mhm.
Subway for lunch, then, there's a chance that you're wearing all white Balenciaga, and that's risky business when it comes to sweet and sour, or sweet onion, I should say.
What would be even more on brand for Subway than a bib would be to offer their guests a smock. It's like it's gonna get messy. You're gonna be doing some creative deeds.
Hmm.
Here is the tools of a true artist.
Hmm. It should be kind of like what are those like? What's that garment where it's like pants? Or no, they become pants as well. Like it's like one
Mm.
piece.
And what type of like occupation would don this attire?
Um, Probably some BDSM type of career path.
Oh, okay, okay. It's not like
But
someone who like patrols a swamp for like endangered frogs.
no, not your typical 9 to 5 tie. But I think it's like, just imagine that for your upper body. So like it's like gloves, where the glove goes all the way past your elbow, past your shoulder, and then connects to the other arm. So it protects
Mm,
not only your hands and fingers and arms, but your chest and stomach area even.
hmm.
Think about that.
Bro, I think surgeons wear something like that
Yeah.
when they're in the OR, right? To keep all the like guts and stuff off them, which is not unlike what a sandwich artist is doing when they're completing some open
Open
roast
sub
beef
surgery.
surgery. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like when you have to do the operation like inside of a metal box. It's a
Hmm.
box, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like that thing. Like that would be so helpful when you have like the meatball and maybe you got like one too many sauces.
I love this because okay, I want it on both sides of the sneeze guard. I want it for the artist so that they don't get too close to my sandwich. I don't want them to breathe on it, but I also want those to be on my side so I can step in and support if there's a miscommunication. It's like, oh, let me help you here. Let me move the cucumbers around. I like them arranged in more of a like a
Wow.
diagonal pattern.
Hmm. So you go from having the sandwich artist do your sandwich to basically having like a buffet, like
Yeah.
a buffet, but like post-COVID buffet where the glass is encasing the entire like section of food, and you have
Mhm.
gloves that just go through the glass and you can manipulate the food.
Wow, if you put a set of gloves in every section, I guess station, would you call it? Like the bread
Hmm.
station, the meat station, then you could actually eliminate the artist altogether.
Hmm.
Because at the
You can
very
call it
end, you could
stations
like,
markets.
exactly. Um, even checkout, you could have like a door that doesn't unlock until you've paid, so that then you can
Hmm.
reach in and grab your sandwich to go.
Hmm. That's where
It's
we
a
need,
self-service experience.
hmm that's where we need, Zaka the Cuck to step in and, add some like facial recognition, contactless payments.
Yeah, I don't know why he's wasting his time with the metaverse when there's so many real world problems like this to solve.
In the Fediverse.
The Fediverse. Wow.
Um, well,
Hmm.
Ty, another fire idea for Big Way. Intern number 789. You're welcome. Um, if you need to give anyone some credit, you know where to find.
Hmm. Yep, that's true, Eric. Don't make sure to put our name on it. I want Big Way. I want HQ to know where this is coming from.
Hmm. Think fresh way.
Hmm.
Okay, Ty. Anything else you want to get off your hairless chest.
uh, nah. I think I'll just put my tail between my legs and head into this weekend feeling sad.
Oh, no, don't be sad.
Well,
Don't take it a subway.
it's like I'd grow the hair if I could.
I mean, I wouldn't worry too much about it because lifter types, they really like to like just wax it off. So
That's true.
I just consider you as one step ahead of the lifter, which makes you maybe a power lifter.
Yeah, I don't know. What's important though is the ladies can't tell, right? They can't tell that it looks like it was done on purpose.
It's out of your control. It's in the sandwich artist's hands.
Hmm. Hands off.
Okay, bro. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you on Tuesday.
You too, King.
Stay
Ciao.
hungry. Ciao.
Stay fresh.